Okay. Another video down. All right. All right. Well, hey there. This is going to be a little bit of a different video for us today. So, I just want to start off by saying I really appreciate everybody who's left a comment, who's liked the videos, liked anything that I've done across social media on Instagram, mainly Instagram, Threads, on just on Facebook, on everywhere. And I wanted to take a minute to talk about content creation and how it relates to me. So, and also kind of a reintroduction about who I am and why I'm here and what am I doing. So, as you may see, I don't create a whole lot of content. I really feel like the videos that I want to make and the content I want to make, I try not to force any of it. I try not to go in and say, all right, I need to make a video and release a video just to make a video. That's not who I am. I really am doing this for fun. I'm doing this to reach out and talk about some of the things that I'm excited about, especially across retro gaming. I've also included a bit of retro computers, of course. I started out as just retro gaming and maybe a couple things like laser discs and stuff. But I'm really wanting to, my goal of this is really just to share some of my excitement and some of my insights and some of my experience with retro technology and computers and video games and things like that, because it's something that I really enjoy. I don't really have as much time anymore, or I haven't given myself as much time anymore to play games and to really dive into that world. So I feel like this is kind of a nice creative outlet for me, and I'm also working on finding my voice as I learn different ways to edit videos and be able to go through and figure out what I want to do for my content. And I really I feel somewhat a little bit of pressure to try to keep feeding the algorithm. And if you haven't really heard that a lot, which you probably have, is really trying to make sure that you're giving enough content and the right content in the right way to then have YouTube and other content platforms continually do some of the work for you to try to serve videos to people that may be interested in them. So, like in the case of myself, one of my most popular videos is installing Half-Life on Windows 98. And I love that video. I did spend at that time, it's been a couple of years. I spent a bit of time on there trying to figure out what I wanted to do and how I wanted to edit it. And I have grown a bit in I believe in my editing skills and my narrative skills and just getting more comfortable doing this. Because for me, I'm trying to still, again, trying to find my voice about, do I have it scripted? Do I have actual lines of dialogue written down? Or do I just have ideas thrown down with some details and whatnot? I'm finding a happy medium about trying to get my voice out, but also create something that you might want to watch. And I would actually want to watch myself and be kind of proud of, even though I absolutely don't like the sound of my own voice. I really don't. It's absolutely grating to me. So yeah. But yeah, that's kind of my motivation, and I really, not to go back too far. Actually, I am going to go back too far. I really started gaining a lot of interest in video games and computers and art when I was a lot younger, when I was like 3, 4, 5, 6 years old. And I got exposed to a lot of that growing up. And I was very thankful. I'm still very thankful about that, being able to get into my parents' interests about music and technology from a very young age. So from that, growing up with doing that, being interested in computers, going a little bit into design and having some exposure in school and having, wanting to keep, keep some of this knowledge and some of this experience alive. I love taking pictures. I love photography. I haven't really done that seriously in quite a while. But yeah, that's something that interests me as well. But yeah, just certain things of the way I grew up and the things I've experienced. I really feel like I want to continue to pass some of that insight along, some of that knowledge along, some of that excitement along, especially because there is a community out there of people that are interested in all sorts of stuff, that I'm interested in. Video games, technology, art, you name it. So the internet has really, from an early age, has really opened up and encouraged me to continue doing this. And by nature, I don't really feed energy off of being in groups of people or expressing a lot of this stuff outwardly. So that's why it kind of takes me some time to really figure out what content I want to put out there. Is it worth my time? Is it something that's interesting? And do I think it's actually going to be well received and things like that? A lot of those things I do think about before I even start the process. And my process really is just starting off with, what am I interested in now? What are certain topics I want to jump into? Like I released a video recently about Quake on PC. So that was one of the things, like there was a remaster that came out, re-release that came out, and I'm like, you know what? I really want to show people, just because I have a certain setup. I have my Trinitron monitor right here. I've got my Pentium computer right here, all hooked up. So I was like, let me dive into it because people seem to be interested in seeing what it's like to do that and install it and run games on older hardware, actual older hardware, not just emulated stuff. So, you know, that seemed to be interesting at the time. Wrote a couple things, set up a couple cameras, and just filmed, and then did a lot of that in post. Took a couple days to go through, assemble things, make sure things were synchronized up and matched up as far as the audio and video goes, because I guess there was some kind of a delay. I changed resolutions later on in the video, and that caused another weird video and audio desync, things like that. So that's kind of why I release at the pace that I do. And yeah, just to give you a little introduction and reintroduction about who I am, the content that I like to make. Hopefully you find this interesting, and hopefully you find the content itself interesting. I do also like to, on the side as well. I don't stream very much, if at all. When I do, I stream just random stuff like Dave Defeat Source or Counter Strike or whatever, Division 2, stuff like that I don't know that I play. I don't stream as much, but I also do like to support, um, nonprofits. Kind of like I have my Extra Life shirt. That's kind of, I don't know. It's older, um, but yeah, I like to do that every year, and hopefully you find that interesting too. It's every November. Should be coming up. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing this year for it, but it'll probably be on YouTube if I do. I'll be streaming that. But yeah, I really like to also get in touch with the community as well. My local community, regional community, online community. I'm starting to think about, once I start to grow a little bit more of my own audience, which is weird to me to think about, that there's an actual audience here. There's almost, at the time I'm making this video, there's almost 500 of y'all. What is wrong with you? I'm just kidding. That's awesome. Thank you so much. This is great. I feel like, even though I said I don't really feed off of people in groups whenever, I get humbled when I release something that I'm interested in and people comment on it and it's like, yeah, I remember that. Or no, I haven't experienced that yet. That is amazing to me and I love that. And that gives me a lot of motivation to continue to do the things that I do at the pace that I do it. I want to do it more often, but I keep saying that, but whatever. So who knows what the future will hold? and I have a couple fun things that I'm trying to do. I've been working on this Sonic compilation video for a while, and you can see that I got the stack of games here. It's I've been kind of flip flopping on some of the ways I want to edit it. I've already recorded the B roll and audio, but not sure if I like it. So yeah, that's one of those things. It's been months since I've been tooling around with like different versions of that video, and so it'll come out eventually, I promise. But anyways, I get back to it. I digress. Yeah, so I'm really motivated by all of that. Um, as you probably already know, I'm a big fan of Sega. That's one of the big things I grew up with: Sonic, Sega, Alex Kidd before Sonic on the Master System, uh, everything all the way up through Dreamcast. Absolutely love it, and I want to do more content on that. I don't want to do the same stuff that you've seen before, like the oh hey, blah blah blah, the same old coverage, because that's been done since these games have been out. So yeah, we'll figure out a way to get that content out to you and make it interesting. But yeah, so that's just an introduction to me. That's an introduction about what it's like, a little bit about me with content creation. Again, I do stuff on YouTube. That's kind of my main focus. And then I also supplement that with Instagram mainly, pictures of things that I'm working on, or pictures of games or things that I picked up. That's kind of my 1-2 punch there of my version of content creation. So yeah, I'm just a guy. I'm just a person here, like, wanting to share my insight, my knowledge, my experiences, my interests. I'm just another guy. I hope that you find some of this content interesting. And I do again want to thank so many of you for reaching out to me, for your comments, for your subs, of course. That really helps build up the momentum of the community. But also, whenever I go out into the actual community, the physical community, and talk with y'all are just such great people and interesting, and really give me the motivation to want to share, to want to create content. And yeah, I want to keep doing that. And so hopefully this was somewhat of a stream of consciousness reintroduction to me about why I do content creation, which I guess technically I do. I mean, I guess I'm a content creator, but that's not my full-time thing by any stretch of the means. I just do this whenever I feel like I want to talk about something fun that I find fun. I don't try to force out content if I can help it. I tried a couple of things, just like up to the minute updates. Hey, this thing came out. Yeah, I mean, that was like quick, but I want to just do things the way I want to do it, and yeah, create more content with you, for myself, ultimately. That's one of the things, people, artists that I've known throughout my life and throughout history. A lot of them say I create things that I enjoy, that I love to see and love to hear and love to do. So I'm not saying that I'm an artist by any stretch of the imagination, but if content creation is an art, which I believe there are a lot of artists out there that are content creators, and whatever my version of that, I hope you enjoy it. And there's going to be a lot more content coming out in however long I decide to keep doing this. But yeah, this is just a reintroduction, showing you some of my motivations, some of my background a little bit, and I hope you found it interesting. If not, sorry, but felt like I just wanted to reintroduce myself, since I haven't met a lot of you, and we're creeping up. We're creeping up to 500 subscribers. Wow. I mean, that's a drop in the bucket for a lot of people out there, but for me, every single subscriber that gets added on there, that's one more person that decided to say, you know what, I want to see more stuff. Wow, that's incredible to me that some of y'all would want to do that for me. So again, thank you for that. It's kind of a cliche. I don't like to subscribe fish. Go out there and say, yeah, every video, come on, subscribe. That's up to you. I don't subscribe to channels unless I'm like, yeah, I'm really gonna, wanna watch more of this stuff later on or whenever they come out or see more of their past videos. I do have some past videos that weren't as how should I say it, popular, but I enjoyed them quite a bit. So hopefully you enjoy my back catalog so far. But we're gonna keep doing this, and yeah, I might as well put on my content creator hat now. Get back into it. My trusty Sonic hat, which I need to get another one in case this one blows up in 10 years. Well, but yeah, let's get back to it. So thank you so much. Have fun. Hopefully this was interesting or amusing. If it wasn't, just let me know. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you think about content creation. Let me know what you think about the channel. Kind of bearing my soul here. So comment below. Tell me what you like to see. Tell me what you don't like to see. I'll see you in the next video. Game on, all right?